Hey guys, you know who I am, Jeremy from School of Wok. It's Saturday Specials and this series is all about the bao. This bao is from Hong Kong Diner, my second book, page 66, you'll find it there, black pepper short rib bao. So there's numerous different ways that you can cook this bao. The actual sort of slow cooking of the short rib is where it all starts. And the spices here I use are sort of the main basis of 5 spice. I've got star anise, some cinnamon, clove, and then some bay leaf and black peppercorns. These dry whole spices, I'm actually going to throw straight into a saucepan. You could just sort of pour the water in and bring it to boil, but if you want to sort of get more flavour out of those spices, it's almost like a Vietnamese pho where you're sort of bringing out the flavours or the oils of the spices, and you'll smell the aromatic or the aroma coming off that whilst they heat. So they're going to heat up and then I'm going to pour the water in. The rest is really easy. For this, because we're poaching your meat, I don't mind just sort of bashing the garlic and throwing it in as well. With the skin, that'll add flavour. The ginger skin I'd rather not use, so we're going to peel that ginger before I pop it into the saucepan. And then we'll get this poaching liquid going. Ideally, you want to poach your short rib for sort of about 2 to 3 hours, and that will really soften that meat. Slow cook that meat, it'll be really nice and succulent, and then we'll make a black pepper glaze that's going to go over the top. Pop that into a steamed bun and wow. So just with this, you can either slice it or give it a bash. And then very rough and ready, that can go in as well. I can sort of smell that aroma of the star anise and the cinnamon already coming out. Get it to a point where you've got this really nice aromatic flavour. Pour your water in and then your meat can go in. Over time, it'll get a bit sort of frothy from the fat and things. You want to start to skim that off over the next few hours. Apart from that, this is really easy. So I've got my sort of whole 5 spice poaching liquid. My short ribs going in. You do want to make sure it's covered with water, so I'm going to put a little bit more water in and then bring it to a boil, bring that boil down, and as that sort of fatty impurity or any scum comes up, we're going to skim that every sort of 10-15 minutes. Easy. Now if you want your water to come to boil quicker and just for a bit of flavour, a teaspoon of salt will help that out. So, little trick, some cold water. You can use ice, but just cold water from the tap's fine. You're skimming and just go over the top and that scum will come off. You get a lot of scum from very, very fatty meats, but there's not a huge amount of fat on these short ribs. Just enough marbling to make it nice and succulent. And that comes out clean. So you want to do this as much as you need, really. This has happened after about 10 minutes, and then you might need to do it sort of 2 or 3 times more, just like making stock. So, my beef has been going for about 3 hours now, and it's really soft. In fact, that stock there, it's really nice and clear. You could use that as a sort of nice beef stock or some soup. So don't throw it away, let it cool, divvy it out, put it in the freezer, use it for your cooking. Oh, really nice with all that star anise. So with this, it should be really soft. It should almost pull off the bone. You can see that. Wow, that's how soft it is, all right? So pull that off the bone. And go careful with this because it's obviously very hot. We want sort of good sized pieces or chunks for the bao, so I'm going to just slice into that. Try not to break it too much if you can help it. course, you could shred this if you wanted to. Super soft. So I've got nice chunky bits of beef here. So all I'm going to do now is glaze this in my black pepper sauce. You can either do this in the wok or frying pan, or you could glaze it over the meat under the grill. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat my wok up with a little bit of oil, not too much, because I do want to sort of glaze this quite quickly. So high heat. My black pepper sauce, light soy sauce, and sugar. Give that a little stir around, and then my chunks of beef are going into here. Just turn that heat down now whilst that's caramelized. Careful not to break these up too much, if you can help it. So I've turned that heat down to sort of a medium heat. That's bubbling away nicely. I just want all of these pieces of beef to get that glaze or caramelized sauce wrapped around it. It doesn't take long to caramelize this sauce because it's got that sugar in there, and the black pepper sauce is already quite thick. Got really nice aromatic flavor from all that poaching, that slow cooking. That is pretty much done. So I've already made my dough. If you don't know how to make your bao dough, you can either watch the first video from this series, or there's a from scratch bao dough video as well on the School Wok channel. With this, I'm gonna make sort of squarish hirata buns for my short rib. So I'm actually going to roll the whole piece out into a sort of 4 mil thick length of dough. I'm going to make 3 pieces out of this. Not much thinner than that. That should do it. I'm going to get nice rectangles of dough. They're kind of rough and ready, but they kind of work. They need to roll out a little bit more, that's fine too, so they will rise. And really, you can do whatever shape you want with this. Completely up to you. And then we just need a drizzle of oil on each one. And then I'm going to fold those over like so. I didn't cut that very evenly, but you get the gist. Pop them into the steam basket, 8 minutes, full steam, you're done, and then your short rib pieces, that glazed short rib, can go inside. Whew. So my baos are looking lovely here. Just going to push into them a little bit. And I quite like this just as is. Don't let any other sort of bits of veg get in the way. You can see how caramelized that is. You can smell that black pepper. I actually had this dish in a quite modern place in Hong Kong for the first time. It was so good, we just kept ordering more. So your black pepper glazed short rib bao. Simple as that. You need that time to allow it to cook and poach through, but apart from that, it's really easy. So, moment of silence. The marbling of the beef and that soft, succulent texture with a good bite from the bao, but it's nice and fluffy and pillowy as well. Don't forget, guys, we've got a whole series you can watch on bao. If you like these recipes and you want to learn more, or you just want to eat good food, don't forget to subscribe to our channel.